Are you ready for this, Jade?
I'm ready.
Here we go. Hi, and welcome to Tiny Table Talks with me, Naomi, and my friend
Jade Law.
Look at you.
Yeah.
So Jade is here today because she's my friend, but also because I wanted to talk to her specifically about the whitewashing that's happening in cinema right now, because I think it's a huge issue, a big topic, and she's an actress.
Yes.
And you've got opinions and feelings, and I want to hear them.
Yeah, and I'm happy to talk because, in part, I think it's good to have dialogue. A lot of times it feels very one-sided, that there's a lot of yelling that happens, but it's different because I know Naomi comes from a place of love and heart, and she generally wants to know, has questions, has her own comments and issues, and I'm ready to hear anything and everything.
So one question that I actually think might be interesting is, what is your favorite movie that has an all Asian cast? Because I was trying to think of one, and I couldn't, and that made me sad.
Well, I mean, to be perfectly honest, there's a huge world of cinema beyond America. So when you say that, my mind goes to like Hong Kong cinema. So I'm Chinese American, specifically like my parents are from Hong Kong, and I was born here. So in case, just like as a quick lesson, I'm a first generation American, second generation immigrant, which means that my parents were born elsewhere and I was born here. As a consequence of that, I'm born and raised in LA. My family would visit Chinatown, Monterey Park, San Gabriel Valley at least once a month when I was a kid. And they'd always go to a video store and bring back a lot of like Hong Kong laserdiscs to watch. I don't know if you know what a laserdisc is.
I do know what it is.
Oh yeah, it's like these huge CDs basically. And we would watch like a lot of Hong Kong movies. So I grew up watching Chinese actors on TV. And it was very regular, a lot of great stuff. So I didn't see it as a problem until really I was older, like high school, college, and started noticing more and more that there just wasn't my face reflected in American TV and media. You feel like you're still being erased to this very day when roles that should have Asian people playing them because they're like historical roles or Asian characters have a white person instead because they're more marketable. We were just talking about Guardians of the Galaxy as well, and how I feel, even though Mantis, who in the comics is supposed to be, I think, raised in Vietnam, she's played by like a half Asian character, a person, half Asian actor playing this character, she just fell into so many old trite stereotypes about what it means to be an Asian American, or being an Asian woman in America. Which is like the submissive, docile person. She is a pet to her master. She was taken literally from her foreign land and brought here to serve him. All of that is so problematic to me. And they put that onto this one character. They rewrote her entire story as this trope of this like army wife or mail order bride brought back here. So that's what I find frustrating, is that even when you have representation on the screen, that you can't express them as an individual person, but as something that people feel familiar with.
But the thing is we like the movie.
I like the movie.
We
I
liked
liked
the
so
movie.
much. It was so fun. I love Chris Pratt, how he's just so irreverent and he's fun. Groot is so adorable.
So adorable. And the sister relationship we really liked too.
Lovely.
We just want
everything was great.
more.
Just more of this stuff, this different dynamic that's not just about...
Not a side story.
Yeah.
These things don't need to be side stories anymore. They can be the thing. I know so many of my friends in just the improv community who are the most talented people I've ever seen do improv, period, and aren't getting opportunities because they're not white.
And you know, people keep saying, make your own stuff if you feel like you should be represented. So like, yeah, we're making our own stuff. We just need more backing too. And put us out on a wider platform.
Yeah. Gosh, people.
Support us.
Support. But seriously. And as America becomes more diverse, the things that we put into the world should be more diverse.
Oh, definitely.
Executives of America, we understand that you have a high power position and that you've got a lot of money on the line. But you also have humans on the line who want to feel like they're represented and loved in a correct way. And I think it's your job to make sure that people feel like they're included in the dialogue of human history.
Yeah, and also like more than just the exacts, like to people who are viewers who watch this kind of stuff, ask for it, you know? By literally asking for it on Twitter, Facebook, whatever social media you have, but also by putting your dollars into smaller projects of love so that these people can have the funding to make bigger projects that are just about something new and something different. I've worked on a few different things, most recently Panda Express, as you know.
Yes, I'll put that down in the link.
Yeah.
Jade was just the founder, and it's a like amazing commercial about Panda Express, and Jade's like in the whole thing.
I loved it
It's
so much.
Epic story.
And it was specifically for the Asian Pacific American Heritage Month, which is this month, May, and it tells the story of Panda Express, which, like, you never think about it, but it's the biggest, like, Chinese franchise in America.
I had no idea.
Yeah, I mean, just like that, I can't think of anything else that's been nationalized and it's Asian even. But Panda Express is what people point to as, like, a Chinese thing. But it's amazing that they were both immigrants to come here and started from, like, a single restaurant and then built it up to be so big, so huge. We're billionaires! I love it!
We're billionaires!
Do things change? Do things get better?
I hope so.
Is there more representation?
I do think about, like, if I have kids, like, I really hope they're like, that's dumb that happened. You know, that how we're like, we talk about.
Yeah. Are we in a dark period right now?
I think we are. I feel like we are.
When we read textbooks in 30 years, I'm gonna be like, whoo!
That was hard. No, I feel that.
Yeah, I think what's important is to stay angry. Because I think that keeps you motivated and passionate about what you want to do. But there's like this very thin line of being angry enough to want to have action happen, but not being so angry that you just feel like diving off because it's too much for you.
Right.
Whatever morals that you think are appropriate. Like for me, I think it's just really a lot of activism for people of color, for women, for people who are not the regular, like, Hollywood type, I guess. And to really just support them however you can. You know, as an immigrant, you can be super American and not feel like it's weighing you down to have this other status. But it's something to celebrate and bring us all together in this big melting pot.
We gotta mix everyone. I really hope that you really take what Jade says. I think it's so important to hear everyone's story and embrace it and support it and learn something. So I hope you learned something today and that you take it onward in your life and that you just support people that are different from you. All walks of life.
Yes.
The tiny table talk. Clink!
I feel like I really grew today.
I feel like I grew today. You're just so knowledgeable of everything. Delicious.